This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we talk about MapReduce and the yarn difference. We'll talk about the failure. There are four major failures, and that's very important. This is called troubleshooting. Okay, and this is the map. This is the frequent failure of challenges you're facing in your cluster. We'll talk about the reason, and we'll talk about the solution as well. Okay. So this is a task failure. The first is task failure. Bug in code, and what are the job you're running? If any job you're running, right? And if it's not working, if it get failed, right? Then what can be the Aniket, we are learning yarn, okay? And we're talking about in yarn what is the failure, how it happens, how to sort out troubleshooting. Okay. So if we have a task failure, what can be the task failure? What is the reason of task failure? The bug in code. Let me just open the file and write it. Okay. Come. So let's say you're running this job. Okay. This job you're running, and if it get failed, right? There are n number of jobs running. Let's say we have there's a one node manager, there's another node manager, right? There's a third node, and this is the fourth node. Right? All right. There's a 3, 4 node manager. And if the job is running on every node, right? It's a distributed application. Yarn is what? It's a distributed application, guys. Okay. So we have discussed yesterday this flow. Let's say this is the 4 node. Deepak, you send her one job, and the job is running on 3, 4 node manager. So it's very important. All the jobs should run parallelly with the same time. All right. That is because output is coming. The final output will be coming from every node, right? The final output will be coming from all the nodes. If this 3 node is running parallelly and this has got delay, it's a delay for all. So it will impact the final output delay, right? If the job get failed, if this 3 node is running well, okay, and if this get failed, if this get failed, what will happen? In that
Because
case,
whole processing will get failed.
not whole process. These all are
Processing
independent, right? Every node means it will directly impact the final output, right?
panel, correct.
If in a team, if the 4 person, I have a 4 model, I have given you one model, Deepak, you another. So the final output is coming for all the 4 people. If anyone get impacted, it directly impact the final output. So partial output you cannot give to the client, right? So how to maintain this all? This is what we have. So the first is what? The first is what? Task failure. What in case if the task is running on any of the node and if it get failed, right? And how to recover this? So the first is task failure. So what can be the reason? Bug. There's a bug in code, or the JVM get corrupted. Every node is running on JVM, right? Every node. This node you have, it's running on JVM. So if the JVM get corrupted, this machine get corrupted. Of course, it fails. So if any, this is the two major reason. Solution: reschedule the job by application master. Regis, reschedule the job by application master. Number of attempts to schedule the job by default. The question is now the interesting part. So say here. I guess yesterday was asking this question. So okay. So let's say this is the job failed, right? The first attempt. You will reschedule the job, right? And again the job started. It's working fine. Okay. The both working fine. What else? Again this job get failed. Possible? If this get failed, then again you will reschedule it. Again if it fail, again you will reschedule it. So the question is, what should be the maximum time I can should reschedule the job? If the problem with this container, you change the container rather than scheduling the job again and again if it is not, it cannot handle it frequently. Right. If it cannot handle frequently, do this. So what is the default? What is the default time? Maximum schedule is what? Number of attempt is what? 4. Understand, guys? This is a maximum attempt you can do it as a reschedule the job is 4 by default. But if you want to make changes, you want to make it 2, you want to make it 8, then how to do that? Okay, that's an interesting point. I believe all of you know how to design the cluster, right? And I believe you're familiar with mapped side XML, core side XML and all, right? I should not repeat this. So this is all the configuration, you understand this. This is what called metrics, the first line. In the in this configuration file, what the first word comes, what? Metrics. Metrics means it will actually give the idea which file you will go and set this configuration. So it's a map reduce. So you'll go to what? Mapped site.xml and you will set this property. The property format is this. You will add this property name and value. So what is the, I'm telling you the name and the value, you will change it according to your requirements. You'll write this like this and then you'll fix the value. Okay. Now, so in a job, why this job is getting, so one more level is there, why this job is getting frequently down, it's stopping again. So there may be two reasons. If it is a bug in code, so where it can be the issue, where it can be the issue? Okay, so see, in a job we have a two part. Every job is converted into what? Map reduce, right? So this is the two part, map part and reduce part. So in the map part, what do you have? In the map part, what do you have? Either job can be failed in the mapper or reducer. You have to find out. if you know, if the developer know this, there may be more chance the job can fail at reducer. So you can set the failure for mapper and reducer individually as well. You can set the attempts individual as well. So see here, map produce map dot max attempts. For mapper, what is the maximum attempts you want to take it, and for the reducer individually, what the maximum attempts you can take it. So if you see that the code complexity reducer side is more, so there is a chance is good to get the job can get failed. So individually you can set more reduce attempts, reducer attempts as well. Okay, right. This is the two things that you can work. Now, one more reason why the job can fail. Sometimes your screen got stuck. When you run the job, it got stuck. It's not happening anything. So timeout, like online banking, right? What do you have? Online banking, right? If you have online banking and if you're doing the internet activity, if it is not, if it is what, you not do anything for a minute, it log out automatically. Same thing we have. So timeout. Default time interval is what? 10 minutes. If you want to make the changes, go to this mapper.xml and set this property as well. All right, this is the second case. What is the third case of the task failure? Do not abort the job after crossing maximum percent of the job already ready. So let's say your mapper done 70% or 80%, and reducer is almost done 70 plus percent. And in between, if your job, any reason, job failed, so you say that do not abort the job. What the partial, what if you are good to go with 80 and 70%, give me the output of this only. Do not abort the job. So what the percentage of mapper and what the reducer you want to set. So if 80% cross of mapper and reducer cross this, and after this if it anything happen, do not abort the job. So you can set the percent there itself. Okay, clear? Map reduce map failure max percentage, map reduce max percentage. So this is what we have. So these are the case one job. If it failed from mapper or reducer, it can be handled from here. If freeze got string timeout, second case, and if third case, this is the three different approach you can handle the task failure. Okay. Application master failure. So application master failure, that is very, very critical, because application master actually initialize the job, and if it get failed, then yes, it will not work. So anything which can fail, it can be restart. Very simple. Who will restart, and what is the maximum restart you can do? So why usually it get failed? Issue occurred, hardware or network failure. Application master, either your application master failed because of hardware network failure. Restart the application master. I told you if anything is stop, you have you can restart, but number of attempts you should know very well. Okay. Second thing, where you can go and do this all configuration, attempt, again number of attempt. So this property you can set in two part. Okay, see one is yarn site.xml. Yarn site.xml, guys, I believe I given the assignment yesterday to design a cluster. a 2-point text. Did anyone write this? If yes, you've done, then you're familiar with the yarn site.xml. In 2-point text, we have a 1-point text core mapred con site.xml. These are the three configuration we discussed, right? But in yarn site.xml, this three configuration file is also there, XML file is there. But one more thing is what yarn site.xml. In yarn site.xml, all the yarn component configuration will be done. Okay. So this property you can go and set it into different XML. One is in yarn sad XML, yarn.resource-manager.aim, and the second file is mapreduce.aim maximum attempts. So default value is what? 2 to make attempts to restart application master. Okay. All right. I'm not sure how many of you have done. So let me show you this file again, guys. Your effort is very, very important, at least the assignment part. So here we have yarn site.xml. Go to the Cloudera manager. I agree. Right. So this is your yarn. Frequently my yarn is having the battle. Let me just, you see that all this, let me restart, see what exactly is wrong with this. It's down. Let me just go and check the configuration first. So see here. Okay. The best thing about this, you can go to the yarn site at XML, no need to open this. You can come and make the changes from there itself. Node manager, see here. Property name is written here. Resource manager. Okay. Thread count, what are the configuration, yarn resource manager, live monitor, liveness, interval, millisecond. There are too many. If you talk about from admin point of view, you will get at too many things here. So it's all about how many configuration you have done, you have learned. Okay. This is the one way. If you're not familiar with this, then it's better you can go to terminal. Okay. cd user lib, where's the yarn? To be on. You okay, guys? These are all the libraries, these are all the files. etc go and check all this command of. Okay, there's one more option. You have cd etc. Right here also you have files. So I believe this all are given into the doc. You can go and set this all as per your requirement. Okay. Hadoop. Okay, let me write it cd. See here. conf yarn conf, right? So you have to put the effort, guys, right? If you really want to learn something in terms of configuration troubleshooting, then hit and trial. At least you should know the configuration and implement this and see what it happen if in that case. So cases, that depends how many cases you can do it. Yarn resource manager, that is belongs to yarn side XML map to that attempts it's come here. Okay. Now the point is one more important. If your application master stops, so what exactly application master do? It keep monitoring the job as well. So let's say if you restart the another application master, okay, this is another application master. Restart the application master. So how it know the percentage of the job? What was the percentage of the job was run automatically? So it should monitor from that itself. So let's, for example, today we complete till this session, right? Till this topic we have completed, right? By tomorrow I'm not available, so I'm having the backup. Okay, it's good to have a backup. But when the backup trainer will come, the trainer should know this. What was the last topic has been covered? So it will start from there itself, right? Got it? So same way, it asks you if any backup is coming, so it should know how to recover the job status, right? So to recover the job status percentage, we use job history by using this. So you have to, by default, you have, it's a disable, you have to just enable it. Just make it true. Okay. So once restart the application master, it will access this job history and will come to know this is what the checkpoint failure, technically what is called checkpoint failure, the point where it got failed. All right. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Hmm.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, like if suppose we have four jobs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and three jobs getting completed, and the fourth job is failed because of some bug and JVM bug. Okay. So in
Hmm.
that case, suppose if you are if you have reschedule it and,
Hmm.
having a retry mechanism to rerun the job again and again.
Hmm.
So in that case, suppose the second retry attempt, the fourth job is getting successfully completed. In that case, uh, is it like the rest of the three jobs which are already been completed will not rerun it again, and their result is already been accumulated?
Wait. You make nested question. So you every application master monitoring its own job at a local level. Understand? Global level, this is the resource manager.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm talking about local level. What is the status of this container? Not this container, not other container. Okay. From which point the job got stopped? It will start from that point on. Got it?
Okay, and if there is a actually a bug, code bug, so that bug will not be resolved until and unless we are fixing that code actually. So
Wait.
for that fixing, the deployment should be needed, right? Again. So
If there's a
how
bug,
that?
the bug will be in every machine. There's a not individual job is running. For example, okay, let me help you. There's a job, right? Okay. If the job and there's a four node manager, okay. One, how it works. Let me get into the one more level. Two, three, four. Okay. Fine, Deepak.
Yeah, yeah.
Send this job. Okay. And every job look like this, right? Node manager and application process. All right, that you understand. So this job is being monitored at a global level. This is the resource manager. Understand? All this four. Okay.
Mhm.
This is on macro level. This is on micro level. There's a two monitoring is happening. Macro level means all four work is going on. I'm just checking from this. Micro level, individual, this job is running. It will check it only its application master will check only this on this node. Okay, now for example, the first case. You said if job, first case, if bug. Let me go one by one, not mix it. So if it's a bug, that bug will be in every job, right? In everywhere. So it will problem for every machine, everything. Okay.
Mhm.
So we have a testing phase, right? We have a testing phase, right? For every job which you have a bug, they have a testing phase, then only it will deploy, right? So if it after that by mistake if it's a bug, it will be the problem for every node, not for a single node. Okay. What I told you about JVM fail. There's a two reason, I guess. There's a two reason bug in code. Hope you understand this. JVM bug. Yes, JVM can be individually. Maybe this node port job JVM corrupted. So of course it will stop this job. This is all working fine. This is all working fine. This is all working fine. So you have to restart, for which we have discussed about the individual case. Okay, either the mapper or reducer can crash, right? Reducer, the mapper and reducer is not only the job, is also a kind of a container, you can say, where it perform the job which you've been asked to perform. Okay, so there itself it can crash the job on an individual machine as well, which will not impact the other machine, but it will impact the final output. Okay, the third case, how I make sure that every job is running parallelly. So there's a time frame through which node manager has to send a signal. Okay, node manager has to, there's a time interval. I believe I have shown you this as well. Interval. See, application monitor interval time frame. Controller interval, node manager interval. Okay, by default is all 1 second. Node may monitor expiry 10 minutes. So see here, multiple time frame is written here. You have to know what exactly which time frame and which interval is talking about. So common time frame is all about, let's say this is the one node, two node, three node, and four node. Okay, it has to send the request to the resource manager. This is for what? To test to job is running parallelly or this node is live or not. So we have discussed about heartbeat as well, right guys? Master and slave. All the slave has to send a heartbeat to its master. Why? To check whether that job is running or not. Because if this node fail, of course the job will fail. If the job it get failed, if I know that, I will assign the same job on the another container where the data is available. Because we have a duplicacy of the data as well, right? Fine, Deepak. Right. So let's say we set the time frame is what? 10 second. So every 10 second I should get update. Let's say you all are node manager. You all six are node manager. So I said, hey guys, after every 10 second I should get a notification. And if I do not get, if I get delay notification, I will declare you dead and I will assign the task to someone else. All right. So every 10 second you have to send a notification to check the job is running good and it's all going parallelly. Yeah, Deepak. Hello.
Yes, sir. Understood. Actually, what I'm I'm trying to understand the real world scenario, like in the production world. If in case anything goes wrong with the goes wrong with in the production, and by mistakenly that code pushes to the production, okay, and it skips into the testing phase. So in that case, it sometimes it happens, right? The actual bug is not getting captured into the test environment. It actually happens on the production. So in
Of
that
course,
case, the
why not?
whole
It happened, the escalation had happened. It is a normal thing,
yeah.
right?
So in that case, the whole
So,
deployment will be
of course, the log analysis will be done. Code test, then deployment and production. This is the phase. Either it's Hadoop or anywhere, right? If the testing has been sent approval, right? So they will deploy into the deployment. And deployment, if the code is getting an exception, they will read this log, and through the log analysis they will check that this is the code in the code. So the testing team will be asked how it happened, right?
okay. So sir, just to continue with that, I just one point comes into my mind actually. As you say, like we have a four jobs and four job is getting failed because of some bug issue. So it it, it should be happen like that bug should be present into the first three jobs also, right? That first three job
Hey,
should also get
one.
failed.
There's no two or three jobs. There's a common job is running on every node.
Yes,
One thing
yes.
you
The
should know,
common code is running everywhere, right?
right?
Yeah,
It's not a job one, job two, job three. It's not like that. A common code is running on every node.
correct, correct. Understood. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, guys, any questions you have? So this is what how they maintain and cross check. They may, if you cross the maximum attempts, you know what happened? If you cross the maximum attempts, let's say this node across the maximum attempts, whatever you said, then this node will be blacklisted for that particular job. Got it? So whenever they cross the maximum attempt, that node get blacklisted for that particular job only, not for every job. So other job you can run, but that particular job cannot be handled by this node, so it will be blacklisted. All this we have clear. So all this protocol has been done. So this is what your okay. So this is how we handle the application master failed one to this. Issue occurred. So issue occurred, what happened? Resource manager getting delay in response. I told you. So if any node manager is sending a response to the why this happened. So if anyone sending this not at the time frame, I said the time frame 2 minutes 10 seconds, whatever. So this node will be declared that. Issue occurred, resource manager getting delay in response. Configuration, this is what time frame is. So here you can define your time frame, what time frame you want, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, 30 minutes. Default is what, 10 minutes. And the value should be in the millisecond. Memory unit in Hadoop is byte and time unit is millisecond in Hadoop. Remember, all the nowadays in Cloudera Manager, you can set the time in 2 minutes and second as well. That not be the problem. You can select, but this is the advanced UI they are given to you. But the backend Hadoop actually take it in the second, millisecond, and memory and 2 byte. Name Node manager is blacklisted by application manager if take maximum attempt of failure of any job. So this is the one parameter. The maximum attempts, if it cross, then you can set the maximum failure, max task failure for a particular node manager. Clear, guys? That was the maximum attempts in terms of map task and reduced task. I believe we have discussed that as well. For map task and reduced task individually. This is for the task itself. Clear? So this is the node manager. What if in case resource manager get failed, which is a complete master? So we have what? HA. We have a standby resource manager. Standby resource manager, a backup. So the question again, if this is macro level monitoring all the job, right? One is a macro level monitoring, one is a micro level monitoring. So this is also macro level monitoring. And if in case if it fell, we have a one backup standby. Backup, right? So if it failed, a backup will come. Again, it will ask you what was the checkpoint failure, at which point it get failed. I should know this. So again, this is the property. For this resource manager, failure. Okay. So to achieve high availability, it is necessary to run a pair of resource manager, static config, active config. If active resource manager fails, then the standby will take care without significant interruption to the client. Information about the running application is stored in highly scalable state store. That is what called status store. Whatever the monitoring job, record, track record, it maintained into what called state store, which is managed by Zookeeper or HDFS. There it's all the information, what is all going, what is the percent of the job run, which node manager, how it is behaving, all this information is maintaining into this. So so once this node manager, if it kill fine, if it get down, so the standby should access this property. All right. Standby can access this property. So the standby can recover the core information if the resource manager failed. But the question is, when the new resource manager start, when this standby, it reads the application information from the state store. But what is state store? Where's the state store? Where's the file path? You have to tell that, right? So you have this is your yarn. You can write down, guys, the path. So this is the path, and you can set all this. Sorry, you can set this all this information. This is the cd etc hadoop conf. At the backend, if you want to do it not from here, from the terminal itself, then see core site XML, SDF site XML, mapper site XML, yarn site.xml. And those who have done this, I guess 2.x cluster, they must be familiar. All the steps are written. This is the Cloudera, your path, and when you're doing the manual cluster, your path will be different. This is all the property. You can come and check it, which all you can see it from here as well. So matter is not you do it from here or you do it from here. It's all about you should know the property, what exactly the property, and what are the changes we can do it, and what the reaction it will come for this. Expiry dates, and this is the node manager expires for 10 minutes by default, then you can make it 20, 30, and once you know, the more you have a configuration, the property details, you can better control your cluster. And this is what the architect level job. They know everything you can control by the configuration property itself. Okay, if you want to go deep dive about how many properties you can have in your cluster, and for any job, how many jobs it can have at job configuration. So it's better you can see here. So job involved in each and every property which has been set. So configuration tuning and performance tuning plus troubleshooting all can be controlled by this configuration property, guys. So just the job is a developer to develop the code. Clear, guys?
Yep.
So I believe giving you the fair idea. Rest is all about how you do this. Deepak, Bindu, Ankit,
So sir,
Aniket, very
this yarn is completely about the configuration thing, right?
right. It's all about the configuration troubleshooting. When you do the Spark, a complete optimization, performance, resource is being maintained by Yarn only.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Clear?
Yep.
Okay. So the job is very simple, guys. How many of you tried this? Yes, Ankita, you joined a little late. Reach a network issue. I cannot understand people if coming in between. How can I help them to understand this? Anyways, the videos are available. Please go to Tata LMS, guys. Yeah, Bindu, you tried this. Deepak, did you get the chance to work onto this? Yes, please.
No, sir, I didn't get a chance. I'll definitely look into this this week.
Look, this I have done my part. What is all about? If you not do, then how can I answer you all the queries without knowing that? So what the challenge you're facing? Hope you understand. Okay. Anyone having any question? Aniket missed yesterday lecture. You can get into LMS, Aniket. I guess there's some issue. Cluster design 2.x. You can visit your blog. Okay. All right, guys. You can go to the blog, please. So go to the blog. You'll ask to accept all, then go to this Hadoop. Not multi-node, do it single node. After that, if you can do it multi-node, do that. So Hadoop single, I guess yesterday as well I've shared this. Today as well I'm asking the same. And I pinged you same here. Just got it. Okay then, I guess That's all for today's session. I guess you have to do the implementation. And yes, Aniket, Ubuntu VM, the link softwares are given you. If you do not get the software, this is the, you can go to this, and this is the software link as well. You'll get the softwares available here itself. Okay, thank you guys. See you then next weekend. We'll start Spark, and make sure guys, what all the project, I have not yet received any project output. When they're not from your end as well. Once you're done, then there's a 3 more projects pending. You have to do that. So once you get it, just write to us, so we'll put the new project. Ankita, how's your learning? I don't think so. You are. Aniket, please drop a mail if you have. Some projects of 5 has been shared with them. If you have any concern, please drop the mail. They will help you. Yes, Ankita, how's your learning? How you're doing? Are you doing? Are you giving time? Self-study? Not, I don't think so. I'm not getting the project, even the details or any mail in the weekends. Fine, guys. So next weekend we have a Spark session.
Actually, this project I'm trying,
Hmm.
that book project, but there is some issue. I'm getting some errors over there, so I'm troubleshooting that. I'll send you by this
Okay.
week.
All right.
The
Thank you.
outline.
Sure. Take care. Take care. Thanks, Aniket. Thanks, Ankita, Pendo, Deepak. Happy weekend. Take care. See you next weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please write the mail, guys. Any problem, any issue. Without that, how can I help you? Thank you.